We need like yellow tape right here. Stand next to my fucking face.
All right. No, it's as long as it's reading there, we're good to go. All right, folks, we're getting ready to roll here. Kiyoshi Pierce takes the face off, wins it back to Brandon Guyette. Brandon looks across ice. That's picked off on a quick shot. Puts the Admirals on the board. All right. Players look to recollect. Admirals carry it in across the blue line, angled outside shot. Easy glove save for Abby. Going to change in personnel. One by Braxton back into the corner. Braxton picks it up behind his own net. Out wide to Owen Meyer. Owen finds Cohen Hernandez coming through the neutral zone. Picked up, brought in offside, and there's the whistle. We'll have a face-off right in front of the Admirals bench. Yes. Braxton tries to win it forward. It's collected by the Admirals. Dished off and then sent to the center. Kicked forward, chasing it down into the corner. Now in the corner. That's picked up by the Admirals. Admirals up to the right point. Right point, fired, shot. Blocked by an Admirals player, collected by Meyer for a moment, but he couldn't get a stick on it. In along the half wall, a battle for the puck. Braxton's there battling. Cohen Hernandez along the boards keeps trying to drive it forward. Picked up by the Admirals, dragged to the middle. Shot, deflected, pad saved by Abby. Picked up by Braxton Hugerich, up to Meyer. Meyer leaves it for Cohen, but it was just out of his reach and picked off. Admirals back the other direction, across the red line, dumps it in on Abby. Abby sticks that aside, picked up by Brandon. Brandon Guyette, backhand pass out to Cooper. Cooper across to Schofield. Schofield has it sticked away, that's brought in offside, and there's the whistle. Rough Riders getting their skates beneath them now. One in, held in, nope, not held in at the line. Guyette across, up tipped in by Schofield, picked up by the Admirals down behind their own goal line and behind the net. Backhand pass out to the center, that's picked off for a moment, but recovered, and then sent the length of the ice. That tipped off somebody's stick on the off defensive side, so no icing here. And a battle in the corner ensues. Bliven looks up ice. Great pass to Cooper. Cooper steps in, shot, glove save by the Admirals. But a fantastic breakout, long stretch pass from Bliven gives Cooper an opportunity. Puck held in at the line by Weston. Weston's shot, that's deflected wide into the corner. It's brought up. Weston on his backhand tries to keep it in. That gets brought out. Recovered by Kiyoshi Pierce. Weston with the puck. Gets it into the offensive zone. Recovered by the Admirals. Blind pass to the wing and then sent the length of the ice. That will make it for, no, that gets waved off. Centering pass, shot. And the Admirals find themselves with a 2-goal lead.
Pick it up, Riders. Let's go. What are you doing?
Hugerich wins it forward. Doman tripped up on the play, but no penalty coming. Into the corner. Weston tracks down Doman. That's sent the length of the ice back by the Admirals. Goaltender out of his net. Leaves it in the corner. Picked up by the D. Up to the half wall. Weston picks that off. Carries it back in. Into the corner. A battle for the puck. Admirals come away with it. And out. Long shot. Blocker saved by Abby. To the half wall. Weston tries to chip it up. Couldn't quite find Owen Meyer. Picked up now by the Admirals. Admirals shot. Abby with a save, and she holds on to that. We'll have a face-off. Up to the point. Carried in by the left D. Shot. Save from Abigail. Sent in down to the end wall. Battle for the puck. The Admirals come away with it. Stops up short along the half wall. Into the corner. Centering pass picked off. Now the Admirals with the puck again. That's picked away. Sent across the ice. Cooper trying to race that one down and does. He's there. That gets waved off as well. Living on the end wall. Battling with two players. Cooper steps in to help out. That puck squirts free, picked up by the Admirals. Breakout pass. Back they come 3-on-2. Could have been a hold, and yeah, the back official has that. Admirals coming with a bit of speed, and the Rough Riders looking to try to match that right now. Need to have a bit of pep in their step. Face off to the left of Abby Running's net in the near side corner. Face off, one up high. Partner pass, fans on it. Down to the right wing on the half wall. Centering pass, that goes through everybody. Held in by the point up top. Steered wide, down low is Brandon Guyette. Brandon tries to rip it off the boards, rips it off the official instead. Now Cooper Palak couldn't quite get a stick on it. Now second effort, third effort, takes the puck away and then delivers a check. Cooper out to the point, passed off, Admirals, walk to the middle, puck is loose, Palak tries to chase that down, gets it out to the neutral zone. Admirals back to their defenseman in the back, out wide, mishandled, picked up by Kiyoshi Pierce. Kiyoshi across to Brandon Guyette. Brandon looks up ice, decides to hold on to it, steps aside, and now leads the charge. 30 seconds remaining. That comes in. Somehow that was onside. Kiyoshi Pierce picks it out of the air, wheels, has some space in, top of the circle, shot, hits the crossbar and up into the netting. Great opportunity for Kiyoshi. And we'll have a face-off to the right in the near side corner. Sorry, to the right of the Admirals goaltender in the near side corner. One back, chipped off the boards by the Admirals. Into the near side corner, and a penalty coming on Cash. No, number 9. For a high stick. All right. Skating 4-on-4 here for 6 seconds. Braxton with Manioli. Braxton wins it back to Nickerson. Nickerson across to Weston. Weston holds up, shot, tipped wide of the net. Picked up by the Admirals, 4-on-4. They send it up. Weston holds it in at the line. Sent back in. Fired out length of the ice, and we're saying that tipped off somebody. So the icing's waved off. Down into the corners, Nickerson. Nickerson looks up ice. Leaves it for, was that Kiyoshi Pierce? Picked up now by Nickerson. Nickerson, top of the circles, cuts to the middle, leaves it. Ugarich tries to pull the trigger. Fans, shot, save. That ends up in the corner. Sent up high to Weston. Weston out wide to, is that Mattioli? Shot. It's in the slot. Picked up by the Riders. Held in for a moment. Mattioli feeds Weston. Weston tries to bring it back the other direction. Back to Weston. Weston chips it forward. That's in the offensive zone. And now back the other direction come the Admirals. Admirals with a little space. Tries to play it through the skates. Nickerson says no. Oh, picked up. Shot. That hits the post. Stays out. Abby taking away the lower portion of the net. Forward to Kiyoshi, but it was behind him. He finally finds it in his skates. Picks it up. That's in onside. Kiyoshi cuts to the middle and gets held up just a little bit. Kiyoshi with the puck. Sends it over. Into the corner. Now a penalty coming against the Admirals, I think, for a slash. Yes. So the Rough Riders go right back on the power play here. Sorry, folks, these numbers are throwing me off. All right, Diego steps in, tries to dig it loose, comes up high. Kiyoshi sends it back in along the half wall. Controlled for a moment. Dug away. Sent forward. Here's Cooper. Cooper tries to center it. That hits a Admirals shin pad out to Pierce. Pierce walks the line. Sends it down low to Cooper. It was in his feet. Cooper wheels away from pressure. Backhand to Kiyoshi. Kiyoshi, it skipped under his stick out to the neutral zone. Diego to Kiyoshi. Kiyoshi looks, holds up. Now with a head of steam, comes back, leads the charge across the blue line. Drop pass, shot, stick save into the far side corner. 40 seconds remaining here. Up high to the point, held in at the line. Shot, that's just wide of the net. That's going to get out to the neutral zone. Kiyoshi Pierce back to pick it up. Kiyoshi across to Schofield. Schofield centering pass, tried to find Cooper, but it was behind him. Cooper into the corner, delivers a check that's sent off the glass into the netting. 16 seconds to go on this power play. Sorry, just chuckling. I can hear the players talking to each other. Coop in for the faceoff, wins it out to Diego. Diego up to Nickerson. Nickerson, top of the slot, gets hooked up, no call, shot, that's wide of the net. Sent out wide. Here's Schofield. Schofield shot, that goes off a player's helmet up onto the glass. Down low is Cooper, spins away from pressure. Leaves it for Bliven. Bliven up to Schofield. Schofield shot through the legs, he's looking for the screen, that's wide of the net. Centering pass, shot, stick save. Here's Schofield. Schofield's shot, blocked by an Admirals player. Chipped up to the blue line. Schofield decides to carry it out to the neutral zone. Regroup. Schofield pass one player, hangs on to it. That's in offside, but the officials didn't see it. Shot, that's wide of the net. Up high to Schofield again. Schofield pauses. Fights off a check and then dumps it in deep. Down low is Bliven. Bliven carries the puck behind the net. Feeds it up to Guyette. Guyette to Nickerson. Nickerson tries to go out wide. Nobody there. Centering pass, but it was in Coop's skates. Shot. Oh, big blocker save from the goaltender. Puts the puck high up in the netting. Rough Riders getting some offensive zone chances. And clearly have found their skates beneath them now. 5 minutes remaining here in the first. Face off. Controlled for a moment. Now picked up by Hernandez. Hernandez centering pass. Meyer from his knee spins around, fires it toward the net, but it's just wide. Chipped out to the neutral zone. Goldman picks the puck up off the half wall, plays it off the boards to himself in the corner. Up to the half wall, Meyer chips it out to the neutral zone. Chasing it down is Hernandez. Hernandez is there. Puts pressure on. Puck picked up by Meyer. Meyer tries to put it back down in the corner, picked up by the Admirals. Errant pass up high to Brandon, leaves it for Cohen. Cohen shot, sticked aside on the paddle by the Admirals goaltender. Admirals all the way through the neutral zone, being hampered by Cohen Hernandez. That shot's wide of Abby's net. And then a centering pass goes off a player and onto the half wall. Around to the other side. Chipped forward. Up to Kiyoshi Pierce. Kiyoshi has a little support out wide. Has it stick checked away. Back to Krestoff. Right below us, Admirals. Try to dump it in and do pass Krestoff to the far side. Oh. I didn't like that hit. Sorry. Shot blocked. With some room, partial, full breakaway, 2-0. Shot, oh, huge save from the Admirals goaltender on an opportunity there. And now back the other way. Chip pass, Nickerson's gonna chase that one down, wheels behind his own net. Looking up ice, has it sticked away. Here's Braxton with the puck, I think. Actually, no, that might be Kiyoshi. Long pass out, finds Diego. Diego, shot. Glove saved by the Admirals goaltender. He hangs on for a face-off in the far corner. Face-off, one up high. Dished off. Shot, that's just wide of the net on a shot from Weston. Admirals collect the rebound, get it out to the neutral zone. Tries to work around Nickerson. Nickerson from his knees makes a play on the puck. Forward but didn't connect. Now dumped in hard. Nickerson there, chips it around the boards. Picked up by Bliven. Bliven. Now back the other way, 2-on-1. Shot, pad saved by Abby. Stick saved by Abby into the corner. Picked up by Nickerson. Nickerson tries to wheel away from pressure. It's picked up by the Admirals. Admirals onto the half wall, ducks under a check. And then out. Play broken apart. Admirals goaltender makes a nice smart play across the mouth of the goal. And a pass bounces to the Admirals' favor. Into the corner. Cohen gets there, slams it away. Out. And now here comes Cooper Powell. Cooper, 2-on-1, has support, tries to feed it across. Diving Dolman breaks apart the pass. And now back come the Admirals. Yeah, that was a great play by Gash. Cohen Hernandez on the back check. Ooh, jeez. Shot blocked aside. Over to Owen Meyer. Owen with the puck looks up ice. Dishes it off. Cut off by the Admirals and dumped back in. Admirals centering pass. That's collected. Shot. Nice save by Abby. Out wide. Owen Meyer picks it up. Looks for support. Chips it forward. That's going to be a slow-moving puck. No ice. Picked up by the Admirals. Meyer battling in the corner. There's another Rough Riders player there, but I can't even see his head. Meyer from the ice tries to make a play on it. Oh, it's Cohen. Pass out to the neutral zone, picked up by the Admirals, carried in. Left on the wall, Meyer finds Hernandez. Hernandez with a little bit of room, tries to step past one player, does, gets cut off from the puck. A battle along the half wall. And there's the horn. And we have a bit of a break. play right below us here as play resumes into the offensive zone. Centering pass, broken apart. That puck sneaks out into the crease for a moment before it's cleared out. Here's Kiyoshi Pierce with the puck. Feed, big pad save from the Admiral goaltender. And now back come the Admirals the other direction. Admirals, pause. Play broken apart in the neutral zone. Up to Kiyoshi Pierce. Kiyoshi across the line. He's got some space. Centering pass. Shot that hits something and goes wide of the net. Pierce into the corner. Feeds it up high to the point. There's some room. Schoenheider takes a shot. That's wide of the net. Picked up by Diego, I think. Shot that hits players and goes high up into the netting. And we'll have a face-off in the near side corner. Coop wins it back to Bliven. Bliven up to Brandon. Brandon, that shot is high and hits the glass behind the net. 4 foot or more. Chasing back the other direction. Guyette angles off his player, chips it behind the net. Into the corner is Bliven. Bliven comes out with the puck but mishandles it, recovers, sends it out wide. Broxton tries to chase it down. Broxton Dixon, good stick check. Slows up the player. Nice pass out to the left wing. Here come the Admirals. Shot. It hits Abby's helmet. Goes up into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the near side corner. Braxton wins it on his backhand. Weston into the corner, battles. Sent up high, here's Meyer. Couldn't get a stick on it. Back down low. Centering pass. Stick to side by Abby running. On the half wall, up to the right point. Long wrist shot, that's well over Abigail's net. On the half wall, Meyer chips it out to the neutral zone. Broxton tracks that down. He's all by himself, so he shovels it behind the net. And now a breakout pass from the Admirals. Have them coming back the other direction. Shot wide of Abby's net into the near side corner. Down low, Nickerson battles. Helped out by Hugerich. Chipped up high, top of the circle shot that hits the outside of the goal frame. Picked up by Nickerson. Nickerson now. Long pass, but that's picked off by the Admirals and back the other direction. Bliven tries to work it out wide. Out to the neutral zone. Picked up by the Admirals. Carried in. Shot that hits Weston's stick, goes wide. Picked up by Nickerson. Nickerson up to Braxton. Nickerson pauses behind his own net. Rifles it off the boards. Held in. Toe pick, but held in by an Admirals player. Shot, and Abigail grabs that puck and hangs on. Hello, hello.
Was that him when he whacked his stick? I was like, I can't
No.
tell who it was. It.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you.
All right, Kiyoshi Pierce in for this face-off. He wins it on his forehand to the half wall. Chipped forward. Worked on by Mattioli. Mattioli couldn't quite find it. Pierce rifles it off and out. Oh, opportunity there for Diego. Not Diego. That's Schofield. As he got upended. Battle along the boards. And now picked up and dumped back the other direction. Goaltender decides to send it around to the near side half wall where I can't see anything. Battle along the half wall, picked up. Oh, and a penalty coming against Diego, probably for rough for an elbow. Yep. And we'll have a face-off in the far corner. Held in at the line. Pass gets sticked aside by Kiyoshi, forcing the Admirals to regroup. Dumped in. Abby slows that up. Leaves it for Brandon. Brandon rims it around hard. Held in by the point. Smart stick slows things up. Admirals still control the puck. Shot. Easy save for Abby. Chipped out to the neutral zone. Back of the Admirals with the puck. Admirals go to his partner on the right side. Behind the net on the end wall. Left, broken play. It's picked up by the Rough Riders. Held in there for a moment. Now back the other direction. Shot. That's well wide of the net. Held in at the point. Kicked in. Down low. Brandon tries to get there. That hits the official. Comes out to the slot, but picked up by the Rough Riders. Schofield finds the puck. Shovels it the other direction. No icing on the play. Into the far corner. Admirals with the puck. 10 seconds remaining. Picked off for a moment by Bliven. Back the other direction. Centering pass. That goes right through the low slot. Picked up by the Admirals. Worked down low. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Brandon got upended. Shot. Block. Now back comes Cooper. Cooper feeds. Shot. Big pads. Blocker save onto the end wall. And a battle on the end wall for the puck. Sent around and doesn't quite make it out. Nickerson tracks that down. Keeps it along the wall. Carries it in. Nickerson goes up high to the point. Brandon Guyette drills it back down low. Picked up by the Admirals. Rimmed around and out. And back they come. 2-on-1. Weston's back to defend. Shot. Save. And an errant rebound. Unfortunately is picked up by the Admirals and put in. Score is 3-0. 8:55 to go. Dumped in hard. Goaltender's out to play it. Plays it behind the net. In a battle along the end wall. Into the slot. Picked up by the Admirals and out. They come back 2-on-2. Cuts to the middle. Picks up the puck for a moment. Braxton now with the puck. Braxton. Hugerich up ice. 3-on-2. Shot. That's wide of the net. Broxton sends it back down low. Into the corner is Meyer, I believe. Yep. Braxton up high to Weston. Weston across. Here's Krestoff. Krestoff gets hooked a little bit. Keeps the puck in down low to the far corner. Here's Weston. Weston with an opportunity. Sends it down low to Braxton. Braxton back up to Weston. Weston shot. Stick save from the goaltender. Meyer tries to get it to the middle. Sent the length of the ice. That's on the net, so no icing as Abby was forced to play it. Long pass out into the neutral zone is picked off and then recovered by the Rough Riders. Shot. Diving player gets a stick on it and forces it wide. Here's Kiyoshi Pierce on the half wall. Kiyoshi pauses. Wheels with the puck for a second before it's sticked away. Sent the length of the ice again. That's on Abby's net. She decides to cover it. And we'll have a face-off on the far corner. Pierce kicks it back. Picked up by Schoenheider. Touch pass out to Pierce. Here comes Pierce, has support. Pierce cuts to the middle. Oh, opportunity for Guyette, but he couldn't quite get a stick on the shot. Recovered. Fed to the middle. Shot. Fed down low, and that's in the back of the net through the 5-hole, making this a 3-1 game. Is that Schofield? Was that Schofield? Schofield with the goal. I don't know if you can hear Chris off to the left saying you take them however you can get them, and he's exactly right. Might not be pretty, but a goal's a goal. Dumped in by Guyette. Pressure on, won by the Rough Riders around. Up high, Schoenheider leaves it for Pierce. Pierce with the puck. Into the slot. Stick handles. He's getting hampered by a Admirals player up to Guyette. Guyette leaves it off for Pierce. Pierce past one player. Tries to get a shot off, but gets checked away from the puck. Pierce now picks off a broken pass, but that's recovered by the Admirals and back. Admirals across the line, centering pass, picked off by Guyette onto the end wall. Up high is Bliven. Bliven. Up to Mattioli. Mattioli, centering pass. That doesn't get through. On a battle along the half wall out to the neutral zone. Costa Krestov. Krestov goes for the pass. Goes for the second pass. Now dumped in by the Admirals. Back is Nickerson to get it on the end wall. He chips it around to the near side corner. Picked up by Matty Bliven. Bliven tries to feed it forward. That comes in offside. And we have a whistle. 5:42 remaining here in the second in a 3-1 hockey game. Don't forget to use cement, Jeremy. Cooper. Centering pass is picked off by the Admirals and back the other direction they come. Pass hits a stick. Here comes Broxton Dixon. Broxton has it sticked away, but he gets to the puck first into the far corner. Admirals come away with the puck. Breakout pass to the right side is sent in. No ice on the play. Abby leaves it for Jacob. Jacob dances past an incoming check. Sent out, but couldn't be held on to. And that gets called as an ice. We'll have a face-off in the near side corner with 4:58 to go. Braxton ties up the center, can't quite find the puck. It's in the near side corner. Centering pass. Cohen Hernandez almost gets a stick. He slows it up, couldn't quite control it. Sticked aside by Abby. Nice play from Schoenheider to get the puck free. Down low is Weston. Weston, backhand. That gets cut off by the Admirals. Centering pass. That gets turned aside. Here's Meyer. Meyer sends it out the ice. Picked up on a high stick, so we'll have a face-off down low in the Admirals' end. Braxton wins the face-off. It's right there in the slot and picked up by the Admirals and out. Weston picks off that pass. Weston across the blue line, dumps it in. Owen, centering pass. That's a pad save from the goaltender. on the end wall. Breakout pass to the left wing, picked up, chipped through, cut off by Schoenheider, picked up by the Admirals, brought in onside, shot top of the circle, that clears the net, hits the glass behind. Near side corner is Braxton, he gets tied up, sticked away by Weston, centering pass, hits a stick, goes up and over the net, up high, on the half wall, centering pass. Admirals on the half wall, up to the point, shot, that's blocked by Cohen Hernandez into the bench, and we'll have a face-off to the left of Abby's net. Face-off, won by the Admirals, up to the right point. Right point pauses along the half wall. Centering pass hits a stick. That jumps over a couple of sticks, ends up behind Abby's net. Battle for the puck is picked up by the Admirals, sent back down low. Here's Nickerson. Nickerson tries to dig it out of the corner. Gets outnumbered here. Errant pass now is picked up by Schofield. Schofield looks up ice, carries it, top of the circle, draw, shot, pad saved by the goaltender. Schofield centering pass up high. Here's Kiyoshi Pierce, who buries it in the back of the net, making this a 3-2 hockey game. We've got a hockey game here, folks. Face off, one back. Picked up by Schoenheider. Schoenheider's got some room, splits a couple of players. Top of the circle, centering pass picked off by the Admirals up high. Cooper has the puck, shot. That's tipped aside. Into the corners, Bliven battling for the puck. Leaves it for Broxton. Broxton up high to the point, shot, stick save on a shot from Krestoff. Now recovered by the Admirals. Admirals coming back, 3-on-2. Left on the half wall. Broken play. Cooper dishes it off. Couldn't hold on to it. Dixon ties up his player. Carried back in. Shot. Pad save. Puck gets buried underneath the goaltender and turns this into a 3-3 hockey game as the Rough Riders come storming back with 3 unanswered goals. Oh. One back by Pierce off the half wall. Picked up, sent in onside. Nickerson with the puck, plays it off the end wall to Weston. Weston gets pinned up against the boards in the corner. Oh, and a trip coming as Jacob Nickerson tried to whack the puck away, but ended up taking away the Admiral player's skates. 1:48 remaining here in the second. Along the half wall, a battle for the puck. Down into the corner, flipped around. Weston finds the puck on his stick, has the stick lifted and it has it peeled away. Centering pass, jumps the stick. Back comes Schofield. Schofield one-on-one has Weston coming in support. Toe drag down below the goal line. Couldn't quite hold on to the puck and now chipped off the boards. Picked up by, great pass is sticked aside by Schofield, or not Schofield, by Schoenheider. A bouncing puck held in by the Admirals. Shot. That's wide of the net. 1:04 remaining here in the first. Weston battling along the half wall. Admirals player tries the centering pass. It hits a stick, ramps up all the way up to the point. Oh, left for Schofield. Schofield with a partial breakaway has some room. Schofield, it's in the crease. The puck is loose, and it's cleared out wide. Here's Holy Guyette with a great shot. Now the puck is sent back the other direction. That's not going to make it. It gets waved off with 30 seconds remaining. Long pass out to the neutral zone. Again, another partial break. Here we go. Centering pass. Goaltender gets drilled and back the other direction. Players tied up, 18 seconds to go. Toe drag shot. And unfortunately, that finds its way to the back of the net. It is a 4-3 hockey game with 14.9 seconds remaining here in the second. There will be an ice make between the second and the third. So if you're waiting for a moment to go refresh your coffee, puck is down. Dragged forward by Cooper, but he couldn't hang on to it. Chipped back the other direction. Back is Krestoff to pick up the puck. Krestoff works his way wide. That puck is in an Admirals player's skates. And we should have a horn right about there. Folks, thanks for joining. We'll be back here following a station break, giving Casey a chance to warm up. Thanks for joining. All right, welcome back. Face-off controlled by the Rough Rider. Schoenheider across to Nickerson. Nickerson goes rink wide out to Coop. Coop with the puck. Drops it. Held in by Schoenheider. Schoenheider finds the puck, drags it around, steps around a player, kicks it down low. That's held in up top by Bliven, I think. Oh, that squirts free. Back the other direction. Schoenheider overskates it, leaves it for Cooper. Cooper tries to dish it to the center, can't. Dixon steps in, battle for the puck. Now back the other way. Nickerson chasing it down, lifts the stick, picks up the puck. Nickerson out wide to Coop. Coop, it slips just under his stick, but he chases it down in the corner. And now back come the Admirals. Guyette pokes it free. Carried in, checked by Doman. It's in the skates. Swept away, now picked up by Bliven. Bliven tries to go out wide to Hernandez. Couldn't quite find him. Guyette steers a player into the corner. And now picked up by by Bliven. Bliven, it's in his skates. Couldn't quite find it behind himself. Sent out wide by the Admirals. Here's Braxton. Braxton cuts to the middle. Puck is loose. Shot. Goaltender somehow made a save. It was beneath him. On a nice opportunity there for Braxton Hugerich. Braxton, Hernandez, Meyer on the ice. Braxton shovels it to the middle off the face-off. It's recovered by the Admirals. Guyette picks off his player, holds it in, back down low. Chipped off the boards. Braxton there, tries to hold it in, can't. Back the other way. Sent into the corner. Ripped around. Here's Weston. Weston tries to play it off the boards. It's picked off. And a shot. That hits the post and goes wide. Chipped out all by himself is centering pass. Nobody there. Back the other direction. Picked up by the Admirals. Admirals across the line. Feeds it out wide. Shot. Easy blocker save for Abbey. Up to the half wall. Meyer battling for the puck. Chips it out to the neutral zone. Sent back the other direction all the way by the Admirals. Oh, errant puck comes right through the crease. Recovered by the Admirals. Admirals up the wall. Here comes Mattioli. Mattioli couldn't quite find the puck. It's stripped away. And now Pierce below us battles for the puck. Breaks through a check, comes away with the puck. Dices through a couple of players. Shot. Glove saved by the goaltender. He couldn't hang on to it. Puck is loose. Here's Pierce. Tries to leave it there. Can't quite find it. Held in by Schoenheider. Fired toward the net. Stick saved by the goaltender. And now Schofield battling along the half wall. Schofield sends it up high. Nobody there. Back come the Admirals. Dumped in. Wide of the net. Down low is Schoenheider. Schoenheider has room. Up to Pierce. Pierce dances past one player, past the second. Pierce through the neutral zone. Top of the slot. Recovers the puck after it's stripped away. And now back come the Admirals. Admirals across the line. Fans on a shot. Cut off by Nickerson. Nickerson sends it for Schofield. Schofield. Back check. Schofield couldn't quite find the puck, couldn't get a shot. And now back come the Admirals. Admirals dump it in. Recovers a puck that bounces off a pad. Shot. Saved by Abbey. Into the corner. Admirals send it up high. Doman with the puck. Doman skates away from pressure. Top of the circle. Takes a shot that hits a player on the way through. Goes wide. Sent down low. Nickerson with the puck. Skates up ice. Pass up to Dixon. Dixon, quick one-touch pass. Tries to find Bliven. Bliven dumps it in. Down low in the corner. Up to Bliven. Bliven takes a shot. Fans on it. Back the other direction. Dixon breaks apart the play. Leaves it there for Bliven. Fliven centering pass, shot, stick saved by the goaltender. Sent back down low. Recovered by the Admirals. Admirals up to the neutral zone. Pick off by Weston, but the puck gets through. Back the other direction. Drag, shot, saved by Abigail running. And a penalty coming for a trip against the Rough Riders. Rough Riders will need to kill off a penalty.
I don't know.
10:03 to go here in the third. Rough Riders trying to claw back a goal. Puck one on to the half wall. Picked up by the Admirals. Shoveled to the middle. Weston here. Tries to get the puck. Can't. Shot. And that's in the back of the net. Rough Riders will need to recover from a 2-goal deficit here to get back in contention to win this game. Braxton Hugerich, Owen Meyer, Cohen Hernandez up front. Weston plays it to Cohen. Cohen gets bumped off the puck, but Weston recovers. Weston dumps it in. Chasing it down is Braxton Hugerich. Braxton on the end wall. Puck squirts free. Braxton still battling for it with some support from Owen Meyer. Meyer couldn't find it, and now out it comes into the neutral zone. Nickerson back to pick up the puck. Stopped short away from one player, dances past another. And now here comes Nickerson across the line. Nickerson tries to drag it with him. Lost the puck off his stick, recovered by the Admirals. Off the half wall, chipped out to the neutral zone. Down low on the end wall. Nickerson chips it into the corner. Gets checked and pushed off the puck. Centering pass. Cohen Hernandez got a stick on it. Shot. That comes off the end wall. And Abby finds that rebound and hangs on to a bouncing puck, forcing a face-off to her right. Face-off won by the Admirals and controlled, sent down low behind Abby's net to the near side corner, centering pass. Abby gets a stick on it, breaks it apart. Pierce up to Schofield. Schofield drags it in. That was offside but not seen. We'll take it. Brandon plays it down low. A battle on the end wall. Squirts free. Errant pass, that's going to go the length of the ice for an icing. We'll see a whistle here. Face-off controlled by the Rough Riders for a moment, but now picked up by the Admirals. Admirals up ice, dumps it in. Brandon slows up his player into the corner on the end wall. Schoenheider battling for the puck there, supported by Brandon. Brandon chips it free, loses an edge, recovers. Now it's wrapped around the other direction. Breakout pass, skips past everybody, the length of the ice back to the face-off dots. Here come the Admirals from behind their own net. Off the boards, Doman picks up his own pass. Gets slowed up. And now it's Kiyoshi Pierce. Kiyoshi hits a Schofield skate on the way through. That'll be an ice. We'll see a face-off back down on the Rough Riders' end. Nickerson with the puck. Chips it off the boards out to Dixon. Dixon trying to chase that one down. Off the boards, carried in onside. An opportunity there for Bliven, but he couldn't hold on to the puck. Held in at the line by Nickerson. Nickerson dances through a couple players. Shot, turned aside, puck is loose. Pad save on the rebound from this goaltender. Up high, Nickerson dishes it off. Shot, that hits a player on the way through and bounces well out of play. Opportunities for the Rough Riders. 7:05 remaining here in the third. Up high to Nickerson. Nickerson dishes it off to Krestov. Krestov holds it in. Couldn't quite find a shot. Now back the other direction. Dumped in by the Admirals behind Abby's net. Nickerson into the corner. He rims it around. Touch pass, but doesn't get out. Back down low. Nickerson on his backhand pulls it off the wall. Dances past an incoming player. Now chipped down low. Bliven with the puck. Bliven up to Cooper Palak. Cooper splits the D. Cooper with an opportunity shot and a save by the goaltender, although I don't think anybody knows where it is. And now some shenanigans occur. Official making his way to the penalty bench, so we're going to have some penalties. 21 from the Admirals to the bench. Oh, wow, for a cross check? Hey, I'll take a power play here. I would have thought it would have been matching. A couple of guys go to the box. But hey, it is what it is. We'll take it. Opportunity here on the power play. Held in by Pierce at the line. Pierce dances past the player. Shot. That's blocked by an Admiral's shin pad. Carried to the middle. From the ice. Tried to get a pass to the middle. That goes the length of the ice. That'll be an ice. It gets whistled down. 6:05 remaining in the third. Cooper tries to win it out wide to Mattioli. Finds Nickerson in the middle. Nickerson couldn't hold on to it. Goes back the length of the ice. Kiyoshi Pierce chases that one down away from Abby's net. Kiyoshi getting hampered here on the end wall, but comes away with the puck. Pierce looks up ice. A diving Mattioli. It was out of his reach. An icing called. .50 seconds remaining here on the power play. Face off in the near side corner. One up high that sneaks out to the neutral zone. Sent back the other direction. Down low is Nickerson. Checks off over his shoulder. Tries to play it to Pierce. That's cut off by an Admirals player. Pierce along the end wall. Tries to send it over to Nickerson. It's in Pierce's skates. He kicks it free. Here comes Schofield. Schofield splits past two forwards. Tries to split the next 2D. Still has the puck behind the net for a moment, and then it's picked up by the Admirals, sent up high. Here's Nickerson. Nickerson finds Schofield. Back to Nickerson. Nickerson. Shot. Saved by the goaltender. Puck is loose. Turn free. And now the puck gets covered by the goaltender. As an Admirals player grabs a hold of Bliven and drags him down. Three seconds remaining on the power play. Up high to Brandon Guyette. Brandon holds it in. Leaves it for Kiyoshi. Back to Guyette. Guyette works it off the half wall to Kiyoshi Pierce. Pierce with the puck. Tries to cut to the middle. It's in the official skates. Now up high. Schoenheider chips it back in, down low. Recovered, held in by Diego. Diego dishes it off to Pierce. At the line, Schoenheider holds it in with the skate. Now it's pinned there for a second. And now puck out. Pierce delivers a check, almost puts the player into his own bench. Penalty coming against the Admirals for, I don't know if we'll call that a board or a rough. A rough. So with 4:13 to go in a 5-3 hockey game, the Rough Riders go back on the power play. Puck sent up high. Pierce holds it in. Tries to send it across to Schofield on the point. That's picked off by the Admirals and sent in. 4 minutes remaining. Down low's Pierce. Pierce works it up the half wall. Held in by the Admirals. Back down low. Cooper sends it behind his own net. Here comes Schofield. Schofield across the line. Schofield leaves it. Shot. Pad saved by the goaltender. Up high. Pierce holds it in. Works it back down to the half wall. Pierce with a smart stick check. Breaks apart the play. And then a stick lift. Held in. Centering pass. Oh, and the tip was just wide of the net. And now back come the Admirals. Admirals out to the neutral zone. Pierce breaks apart the play. Gets past one player. Sends it out wide. Riven shot. Stick saved by the goaltender, and he hangs on. .310 to go here in the third period. 27 seconds remain on the power play. Hernandez in for the faceoff. Went out wide to Guyette. Guyette sends it down into the corner. And now the Admirals send it the length of the ice, but I don't think that's going to make it either. That sits up. Shot, pad saved by Abby. Nickerson looks up ice, wide pass out to Meyer. Meyer goes rink wide across to Brandon Guyette. Brandon cuts to the middle, leaves it for Cohen. Cohen, shot. That hits a stick and goes up over the net. Up high to Schoenheider. Nickerson sends it down low to Hernandez. Hernandez battling in the corner. Has some support from Meyer. Crosses Braxton as well. Hugerich. And picked up by Brandon Guyette. He leaves it on the half wall. And now sent back the other direction. Nickerson chases the puck down. Has a stick lifted. Centering pass. Skips off an Admiral player's stick. Now picked up by Jacob Nickerson again. Up to Cohen Hernandez. Chipped off the boards. Hernandez, pressure on. It's dumped back in. Down low's Nickerson. Nickerson. Puck into the slot. Nickerson recovers. Out to Coop. Coop comes out wide to Brandon Guyette. Brandon across the blue line. Has no support there. Tries to rip off a shot. Abby headed to the net, or to the bench for an extra attacker. Work down low. Coop centering pass. Stick to side by the Admirals. Sent back down low. Living with the puck for a moment. Stripped away. Nickerson. Schofield with a shot. Save from the goaltender. I don't think he knew where it was. And now a penalty coming. Against, I mean, the Rough Riders had the puck, so I think it's against Livin. For a cross check. Ah, nuts. So the Rough Riders go on the kill here with 1:17 to go in the third. One up high to the point. That's sent back down low. Admirals controlling this. Stick to side by Pierce, but recovered by the Admirals. Up high to the right point. Shot. Glove saved by Abby. She hangs on to that. 1:03 remaining here in the third. Face off. One up high by the Admirals. Into the top of the slot. Shot. That's blocked into the near side corner. Admirals recover. Sent out wide. Shot from out wide. That's well wide of the net. That rims all the way up high to the point. Shot. That hits the glass. That's well over the crossbar. Here's an opportunity. Schofield gets past one player. Cooper helps out. Sends it back to Schofield, but his stick was lifted onto the half wall. Glove down. Pass forward. That's a hand pass, and that gets called. We'll have a face-off down low. Net is empty again, giving the Riders an extra skater. A long shot, and that's in the back of the net. Shoot. It's not the word I want to say, but puck is down, lugged in, tripped up, but no call coming on that one. Ugarich weathers a check. 4 seconds remaining. Shot, that's high and wide. Another shot, that's a pad save by Abby. And there's the horn to end it. Folks, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again this evening at a yet-to-be-determined time. Talk to you then.